Bam, bam, ba-da-dum, bum, ba-da-dum, bum, ba-da-dum, bum, ba-da-dum, bum, ba-da-dum. Bum, bum, ba-da-dum, bum, ba-da-dum, bum, ba-da-dum, bum, ba-da-dum, bum, ba-da-dum. Da-da-dum, bum, ba-da-dum, bum, ba-da-dum, bum, ba-da-dum. Bum, 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 ba-da-dum, bum, ba-da-dum, bum, ba-da-dum, bum, ba-da-dum. The realm awaits. I love that. Shout out to you. Welcome to Kev on Stage, House of the Dragons live review. I'm a little late because I was watching England versus Mexico. Kevin of House Stage, hilarious. And I didn't want to be distracted to talk about them thrones. I didn't want to be rushed. If it went into extra time, I didn't want to be, all that stuff. So, but I was watching them dragons. I had the game on the iPad Mini. Okay. And when them dragons was over, I finished the game, and now we're ready to talk. If this is your first time, you are welcome. Yes, thank you. Sorry to my 1/8 Mexican. If y'all don't know, I'm 1/8 Mexican. La Raza. We went down 3-2 to England. But my 7th, 8th American plays tomorrow. We got Balagoon tomorrow. You feel me? Because FIFA's corrupt. But it's not corruption when it works in my favor. Also, this video that went viral today talking about corruption is the funniest thing I ever heard of. Hold on. Let me play it for y'all while we get started. This was so funny to me.
It's not bad. Corruption is not bad. Corruption is only bad if I'm not involved.
Yes.
But if I'm part of that corruption, I'll defend it.
Corruption is not bad. It's only bad if I'm not involved. But if I am involved in corruption, I defend it. All right. We got a lot to talk about today. Let me give you fair warning. If you're new here, I am not a book reader. I am not a professional. I don't know everything. I don't know house this and Grand Maester and all that. I'm just a nigga who like them dragons. I be getting the names mixed up and all that type of stuff. If you want the professionals, you go visit with Charlie at Emergency Awesome, all Shift X. You know what I'm saying? All them people who know what they talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about. All right. I'm just a regular person. All right. Don't be in here like he don't even know. I don't. But I'm still gonna be up here talking. You can't whoop me. You can't unplug my camera. You can't unplug my microphone. All right. Let's jump right in. We start the episode and Daemon and Ulf and Hugh the Hammer, right? I believe. It wasn't Adam, was it? It was Daemon, Ulf, and Hugh. They came big whites to visit. They in Oldtown talking to Ormond the Hightower and making him bend the knee. I like bend the knee scenes because it's like, look, what you gonna do? The only person who didn't bend the knee that I can remember on camera with a dragon in their face was that old white dudes. And he told his son to bend the knee. And the dad was like, I can't do it. I cannot. I can't remember his name. Oh my God. He was from a pretty noble house. It was Samuel Tarly. It was the Tarly. Samuel Tarly and him and them daddy. Sam dad and his older brother. And they was like, bend the knee. And he was like, nah, Randall Tarly. That's his name. And he was like, nah, I'm not. And then the son was like, I'm not either. And the dad was like, boy, what? Yes, you are. And he was like, no. And Daenerys was like, Dracarys. And everybody else in the Face of Dragons, they'd be like, where's my sword? So, I think Ormond Hightower is bending the knee like everybody else. That's what he said. He set it up like. And then, as I was watching that scene, I was thinking, I wonder if people ever fake bend the knee. Like, do they ever just bend the knee and then go back to scheming? Ormond Hightower does. We gonna get to that. I was literally having that thought. Ormond Hightower was like, I'll bend it. I'm doing the bending. So you doing the bending? I'm doing the bending. And then Damien's like, oh, one more thing. Let me get your boy, Daeron. And, you know, we're gonna take him ward of the state. And Orman was like, oh man, I gotta give up. This is why I like watching this with black people, because that's absolutely that Cat Williams scene. Whose white baby is that? Because I know him, and that one might be mine. But oh, let's just go out of order. So they set you up that it's Daeron. Okay, but I ain't seen Daeron. Rhaenyra talks to fake Daeron. He don't talk. He's just like, so she thinks he's just staunch. You know, like, oh man, you don't talk. And he's like, nope, I don't talk. And then Allison's like, yeah, man, I ain't seen my baby. Man, I ain't seen him shoot. It's been a minute. It's probably been at least 5 years. I ain't seen him in a minute. So Rhaenyra's like, well, I'm keeping your son ward of the state. All right, prisoner, and I should kill him. Okay. But be glad I don't. She's like, should I thank you for not killing my son? And she was like, yes, because my son's is dead, ain't it? Ain't Lucerys and Jaehaerys dead? Luke and Ja, Lucy and Jace, ain't they dead? And she's like, man, I ain't really. I mean, I had him, but he's more of a. Is that Kristen Cole, baby? That ain't Kristen Cole, baby, is it? That is Viserys, baby? Because why? We looked up Daeron last week and he had brown hair. When I looked up Daeron last week, he had brown hair. And Aemond and Helena and Aegon all have white hair. It's Viserys baby with Alicent, though, right? Oh, I'm tripping. Alicent, Aemond and Daemon and Helena are Rhaenyra's siblings. Right? Hold on. What's the family tree? No. Alicent babies is Aegon and Aemond. They got white hair. Why Daeron has brown hair? Because remember when Rhaenyra's had the strong babies, they had dark hair. Okay, so they ain't Kristen Cole, because Kristen Cole ain't eating that coochie yet, right? Okay, so Daeron is her baby with Viserys, but he don't have blonde hair. All right. I had forgotten that. I was just like, why this baby ain't talking? First of all, I forgot that actor's name. That fake Daeron kind of looked like the actor who is in Hunter something. Hunter Schafer. That's who he looked like. Yes. Daeron looked like Hunter Schafer. I was like, first of all, you was Hunter. I know Hunter when I see them. Her? I don't know Hunter's pronouns. But anyway, so when Rhaenyra is talking to Daeron at the end of the episode, she like, hey man, I'm gonna have to send you to the wall. And she's like, talk, man. And Alicent comes in, and the way she looked at that baby, she was like, and Rhaenyra was like, you don't know this boy. She was like, I don't know that boy. Now the baby talking. They dyed my hair. I'm not y'all. I'm not Targaryen. My mom is regular. My mom worked at Auntie Anne's in Oldtown. She got a little pretzel stand out there. We are humble people. My mom is regular. She waiting to get her taxes back. He said, Orman Hightower said he gonna kill my mom if I say something. Burn my mom with dragons. I don't want my mama to die, but I'm not with this whole Game of Thrones. What is the wall? What even is that? Will I be alive at the baby ain't heard of the wall? He's like, what you talking about? The wall. I'm little. I got my hair dyed. I don't know what's going on. I'm supposed to help my mom. I'm almond pretzel duty. Usually regular, and war season is good for us. I go almond. That's my job. I spreckle. Right. I'm getting up to like making the pretzels, but my mom won't leave me alone in the store. I don't know what's going on. Please. So Rhaenyra, and this is the thing, man, because Allison had told her, like, listen, and I'm gonna go back. You got to understand this crown, this throne, this seat, it changes you. And she's like, I don't see why I can't just be regular and still rule. My daddy did it. And she was like, your daddy didn't do it. First of all, your dad was playing with Legos all the time. You never got to see that. He would just forget his duty, especially when his face was falling half off. He in there playing with Legos. People are dying. So no, your daddy wasn't under control. He didn't do it good either. It's a heavy crown. So now you realize Orman Hightower already playing the game. And you see he had the army. They was deep. They had the one dragon. They didn't show when he took Daeron. They didn't say ride the dragon back. How come the dragon was over there? Why ain't David be like, bring the dragon right now? They just took him and left. You ain't test him out and be like, ride the dragon, boy. Because if that's his dragon, you ride it. You just gonna leave a dragon parked in Oldtown? Like what you? It's a baby and stuff. Like I understand you don't respect it because you got Caraxes and Ulf and all that, but like do a little once around. Because that dragon would be like, I don't know this nigga, man. He is not me. That's Daeron is in the back. This is Pretzel Boy. But see, Daemon don't be thinking. Like, I don't know if that was just like, Daemon just be rush. He is so good in war. He is so good when it comes to killing people and swinging that sword and burning some stuff. But when it comes to like, we need you to think, Daemon, he don't be on. And Viserys tried to tell him that early on. Like, I need you to think, man. Be pragmatic. He's just like, man, just get on the back. Did you give him a ride on Caraxes? How'd you take him back? How you leaving dragons? Why you ain't checking this stuff? It's easily checkable. Just think, take a beat and be like, because in this day and age, you don't know. He don't even know. Like fake people could be fake. Aegon's all burned off. People can lie about who they are. Just get on the dragon real quick and do a little once around, like a little test drive. When you get your little Honda, do a little once around and prove that that's Daeron. Because ain't no DNA testing. You just trust my word. He's just so ready to get back to King's Landing and be the king and lay down that he's not thinking. Right? Rhaenyra trusting him. She's not thinking. All right, so let's go all the way back. This is basically Rhaenyra's first day at work. Her first 100 days as president of the United States of King's Landing. She got executive orders. She's trying to set King's Landing right. Let me tell you what, they always do a good job of when you finally get the thing you wanted, it's never what you thought it was. Because these niggas are in King Landing broke. They stole the bread. All the money from the treasury is gone. Real quick, who took the bread? Was it Larys or was it Otto Hightower? I feel like it was Larys Strong. Wasn't he the master of coin? It was a that's funny, Marcella. She aging like first term Obama. You got here and everybody in King's Landing is broke. I feel like it was Larys who moved the money a long time ago. Was he the master of coin or? Because Larys don't have good feet, so he's got to be pragmatic. Because he's the one that smuggled Aegon out. He's the one that left Otto there. And it was Thailand? So Thailand moved the money? So did Thailand take it back to where the target? I mean, where the Lannisters live at? Casterly Rock? So the money at Casterly Rock? Is this how the Lannisters got bread? The Lannisters were always rich, though. Did they just steal King's Landing bread? And that's the thing. You can't run no war without no bread. Because if you don't have no money, it's going to be a problem. Okay, so the Lannisters took the bread. So she get there talking about, yeah, man, we finna have my quinceañera. I'm queen. Y'all got the quinceañera me. And they're like, girl, we don't have no bread for that. She was like, what? She was like, we don't have no bread for no quinceañera. You can't be crowned right now. We got to wait till we get our taxes back. Yeah. Where's the Iron Bank? King's Landing is a little bit behind. You got to cash app them a little something because they a little behind. So she's struggling with, we need sheep stealers stealing the sheep. So we don't have wool, and sheep stealers stealing the food. We don't have nothing to eat. And when she was like, why don't y'all go in the Kingswood? They were like, oh my God, what? She was like, Cordis was like, girl, you can't do that. People will be mad. And she was like, no, I ain't saying like eat deers and boars, but man, y'all can get some rabbits out the Kingswood. They were like, no, we'd rather starve. Let me tell you what. Kingswood me. Because I'm hungry right now. Y'all talking about the forefathers and stuff. Forefathers ain't hungry. I'm hungry right now. You talking about sheep stealer done took everything. He got a shiesty on. Y'all talking about we can't eat in these Kingswood. Man, what? And then while she's ruling, she gets her period. How? And I made a video about this. Women be bleeding. Can you imagine having cramps your first day running the 7 kingdoms? First of your name, the realm, and you got your period first day, heavy bleeding, cramps, no tea. They like bring her the tea, and she was like, oh, no heating pad, nothing. You got cramps day 1? She was sitting on the Iron Throne like she was on her period and she was on cramps. She was like, What'd you say? Yeah, I heard you. Okay, y'all need tallow for the candles. Okay, yeah. No, I heard it. Like, can you imagine that frustration that she had? I feel you. Like, okay, y'all are on one. Always with dragon wings, hilarious. An always commercial in King's Landing, having a tough time uniting the realm. Unite your panties with always. They didn't really wear panties though, right? What they had? I feel like they just had layers. Like, what was the draws like in King's Landing? You have granny panties? Do you have to be like, get my granny panties from the bottom of my drawer? Does she even have all her clothes from Dragonstone? She kind of packed a spend the night bag on her dragon. She don't have her full clothes. Does she even have her granny panties? Maybe she came on her period early. Thought it was so funny that she went to Jacob the jeweler. The girl was like, man, I got to get you icy for the stuff. Let me get you icy. The girl, I'm on my period. Let me get the necklace. She went to Jacob the jeweler as soon as she got her first check. I respect it. So then she's like, King's Landing have to sell some stamps. I don't know who's in charge of stamps, but you get stamps 2 for $1, 50 to $1. You feel me? Rhaenyra, you got to get creative out here. Who's selling stamps? Go down to where the poor people hang out in King's Landing. That damn used to always be having sex. Flea Bottom. I know somebody in Flea Bottom down there selling stamps. Do what you got to do. Buy them stamps down at Flea Bottom. Go down there with 100 dragon. Get $200 worth of stamps. Flea Bottom. Bring that back. Okay? Get some peanut butter. You're going to have to make it stretch till you figure out where bread is. You have to go to Casterly Rock. We don't know when your taxes are coming back. Go down to Flea Bottom and buy some stamps. You're going to have to do this because people is hungry. Right? So then Rhaenyra goes talk to the high septon of the seven, and she's like, I'm doing my coronation. He was like, yeah, man, we ain't doing no coronations right now. She was like, okay. Well, how about just anoint me? He was like, man, I just anointed somebody. We can only do one anointing per quarter. She was like, my brother's dead. I ain't see nobody. Silent Sisters ain't see nobody. So is he dead? And then he was like pissed off because they had dragons and stuff. He was like, man, we don't really rock with them dragons. And you need to go to you need to take it to the Lord in prayer. And if you remember when Cersei was, I remember what season that was, but when Cersei was beefing with the faith can be really problematic to your goals. And I'm gonna tell you right now, Rhaenyra don't have Cersei blood. Cersei was like, I'll kill everybody in King's Landing, everybody in the Red Keep, whatever she blew up. She blew up she blew up the Sept of Baelor. And Rhaenyra, she ain't cold-hearted like Cersei. Cersei was like, oh, y'all made me walk down butt naked and threw doo-doo and piss on me? I'll kill everybody in here. Religious, Marjorie Tyrell, the Seven, the Faith. I'll blow up everybody in here full wildfire and drink wine, look out the window, and watch the Sept of Baelor blow up. On me, I will. I'm not religious. I'm an atheist. I don't serve the old gods or the new. I serve myself. And Rhaenyra ain't like that. So I was like, luckily, the old seasons have proven that the faith militant, the high septon, they can be really problematic. And Rhaenyra, she really got a lot going on. She borderline looked like she was gonna have a panic attack. The way the music was going and stuff, and she was just like, and she was cramping. She just kept looking off into the distance, and the music was going loud. She was like she was finna lose it. And I feel her. Like, even if you weren't on your period, that would be a very stressful environment. And then you on your period to boot, and you really ain't, like, you just cut somebody's head off like 2 days ago for the first time. Now you got a rule. You cut your previous homegirl's daddy's head off. It's a lot. It's a lot. And on top of that, y'all got rats, which is basically roaches of King's Landing. And you're like, oh, Aegon hung the rat catchers. Not now. Bring Aegon to me. Y'all got rats. Y'all dirty. Y'all don't got no cats. King's Landing. And they ain't got no money for rat catchers. You can't even call Terminex. Who you gonna call? Y'all broke. Speaking of broke, when Rhaenyra had that feast and she invited the like low-key rich people, first of all, the food looked nasty when she was having dinner with Corlys. And Corlys had dinner with her and Adam and Alan. And Corlys was like, yo, make my kids legit. They was bastards, but my wife is dead. My kids, I don't got nothing now. So make my kids legit. When they showed Rhaenyra's food, it felt like, y'all remember Coach Stormy? Y'all see Coach Stormy when she had that thing? She was like, I would never eat that. That food is low vibrational food. That I wouldn't let them serve me that. That's what their food looked like. She let her and the good food. Yes, the chicken was pale. It was white people seasoned chicken. It was low vibrational food. She was like, I would never let nobody serve me that. And Rhaenyra was eating that. So then you cut to the rich people. And we got rat problem. Everybody eating rats. And the rats was all on the plate like, oh. And they had whatever they had. Them rich people were like, yuck. What is this? And she was like, oh, no. When y'all was stealing the food, it was a problem. And they were like, man, come on, girl. We rich. What you thought we was finna eat what the poor people ate? She was like, nah, we robbing y'all for onions and rice. And I'm gonna do my drug dealer thing at Christmas. I'm gonna go hand out turkeys in the hood. Everybody knows when a drug dealer hand out turkeys in the hood, they get the people's commitment and love. You got to go hand out turkeys in the hood. So I'm gonna take y'all onions, y'all rice, a couple y'all things, give those out in the hood, and y'all eat rat ratatouille for you. And I'm taxing you. And I want tribute. And I was like, okay, this is the first thing you did. Rhaenyra, this is your first big thing. Now you know it's not gonna last, but I feel you tried. And then she gets her first big problem. She goes to night Ulf, Hugh, and what are you doing, man? Sorry, my dog came in. Ulf, Hugh, and Adam. And they're like, she's like, how are you gonna be styled? And Ulf was like, Targaryen. She was like, absolutely not. He was like, what? The way she turned her nose up, her privilege showed. She really was like, Targaryen, boy. No. He was like, well, then I have no style. You got to send off down to K&G Men's Superstore. She was like, how are you going to be styled? He was like, man, I'll be hammers and stuff. So when she said off the white, Hugh the hammer, and Adam, I thought she was going to say the black one. You got the white one, you got the hammer, you got the black one. And then she said Adam of Hull. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I know y'all probably knew this. It had just dawned on me that Hull is the bastard name for the sea people. The snow is the bastard name for in the north. Sand is in Dorne. Hull, I was like, oh my God, Hull is the bastard for sea people. Because Hull is also a regular last name. So it didn't click. I just thought he was Adam of Hull. I was like, I didn't know y'all was, I don't know. But then I was like, oh, Hull ships. So she was basically saying, you still a bastard. Oh yeah, Rivers in the Riverland, Brendan Rivers, Three-Eyed Raven. That's the Riverland bastard name. Right. So I was wondering, I was like, why does Adam look like that? Because I thought she was just like, oh, you ain't say black. So Corliss had been saying, hey, legitimize my kids, legitimize my kids, legitimize my kids. And I was wondering why she didn't. So they finally had that conversation in the hallway. And he's like, yo, I asked you to legitimize my kids. And she finally was like, look, man. Yo, Sydney Nicole, you funny. You the one that said white baby. Whose white baby is this? So in the hallway, Corliss is like, why you didn't legitimize my kids? I ain't asked for much. She's like, look, man, I really can't be doing a whole bunch of legitimizing right now because, if I legitimize bastards, I got all unlegitimized people on dragons. I'm not really legit because I haven't been able to do the coronation. I'm beefing with the 7. I had a little baby banquet. Like, I'm not really legit. I got my brother's bodies. I can't just be legitimizing bastards. He was like, girl, I don't have no house. Driftmark is burnt. My wife is dead. My ships are gone. I ain't asked you for much. It was very much the color purple. Have I asked you for anything? And she was like, I'm sorry, bro. I can't do it. And Corliss was like, what was Corliss' brother's name? Vaemond Valerian. Now her kids is bastards. He was like, oh, so your bastards is cool. My bastards ain't cool. And I know Vaemond Valerian is like, no, when I got my head cut off, because I said this in front of her daddy. He was like, your kids are bastards. And and then listen, I know it ain't race in Game of Thrones. And I know it ain't race. But as a black man, it kind of feel like, oh, so the white, now Corliss is a hotep. Oh, so the white man's bastards are legitimized, and you want me to legitimize your bastard, but when it comes time to legitimize my bastards, now everything ain't legit. See, that's what happened. See, I support the white man, the white man's daughters, and I backed you up. Now I ain't really seen color. Till that happened, I said, oh, now you don't want to legitimize my bastard. Now it's a question of legitimacy. And he was yelling bastard. He better be lucky Daemon didn't hear him. And see, now we got contention. Okay. Now we got contention because Rhaenyra is trying to run King's Landing. And it kind of reminds me of like when Jaime Lannister gave up Castle Rock, so you feel like you won it. And it's like, okay, we're going to let you have King's Landing because you think you won, but you ain't going to be able to hold it because you got no food. Okay. You got no approval of the religious people. Okay. You ain't killed Aemon yet. Okay. Now Corlys is, Oldtown still got a baby dragon, and we still gonna get the people together. And now you got infighting, and you left your small council at Dragonstone because they was like, "Where your small council?" She's like, "Nah, they disrespected me." She killed the one dude who locked her in the room. All people didn't respect her, so now she just got Daemon and Mysaria who don't get along. Corlys, who's now beefing with her, and the Black Maester. They don't trust him. Black Maester was he was like, man, I don't know nothing. I don't know where the bread at. Black people always got to take the fall. And that was just her first day. And on top of all that, Ormond Hightower is plotting. And he got the first move. Daeron is still here. So the war is not over. Because I didn't really bend the knee. I fake bent the knee. You don't have no ward. You got a small white child who don't have nothing. So you don't have the little baby joker. She ain't having, Daeron wasn't a baby joker. Daeron probably was like a king in spades. We have an ace king, but then you got the queen, jack, 10, 9, 8, 7. So you try to, you try to play your king, right? You play the ace, you won your little book. You play the king, and then somebody cut your king. You're like, damn, we cutting diamonds already? And that's what Ormond Hightower did. He cut diamonds early. And I know you counted that book. When you got Daeron Targaryen, I know you counted that book, and now your king didn't even walk. I'm sorry if you don't play spades. That whole analogy didn't make no sense to you. So, yeah. And really, Rhaenyra don't have no true wise hand of the queen. She don't. Daemon is not wise. That's why Viserys didn't name him. Daemon is not wise. Okay? So he can't advise you. This nigga Daemon is like, girl, forget all that. Let's go to the end of the world. I hear they have men with wings. Daemon, not right now. Daemon is talking, okay, we're going to take over Dorne. We're going to take over. Hey. We have no money. No food. You talking about flying to the end of the world? What are you talking about, Daemon? He sounded like he was smoking weed. Like, hey, they got men with wings in the world. How you even get to the end of the world? I need you to lock in, twin. Uncle husband. You're not locked in right now. You're talking about stuff that don't matter. I ain't got no soldiers to eat. I got rats everywhere. I can't fly to the end of the world. I don't even know if Aemon is dead. Aegon is dead. There's unaccounted for dragons. There's sheep in the land. I'm telling people to go into the King's Wood. You talking about, man, let's go to the end of the world, baby girl. A whole new world, a new fantastic point of view. No matter where we go or what we know. It's not right now, man. You need a Larys Strong, but he loved feet, and he loved Allison's feet. He gone. You need an Otto Hightower. You need a Tyrion Targaryen, right? You need a John. Who was the hand of the king to Robert Baratheon? Who raised up Robert and Ned? John Arryn. Was it John Arryn? They poisoned him. I think it was John Arryn. You need a John Arryn. And you got nothing. Mysaria probably is your most trusted advisor. But see, the thing is, Mysaria is good. Like, you need a counter to her because she's mostly focused on the things of the small folk. She's very like, how the people feeling. This is the small folk. You need a devious conniver willing to do the evil doings, and she don't have that right now. She's kind of like, Miss Sandra is a good whispers master, but you need a hand to the queen, a trusted advisor, and she don't have that right now. Yeah, you need a little finger, somebody who can be pragmatic, because Ormond Hightower got his people. Larry Strong is out here with Aegon loose with the triarchy running around. And I still trust Larry Strong to have more of a plan than Rhaenyra right now, because I feel like she can't hold it. And I rooted for her first day, man. She can't hold what she got to King's Landing, and it's the same problem Robert Baratheon had. What it takes to get there and what it takes to rule are different. Tywin Lannister might have been the best hand of the king we saw. Tywin and Tyrion, you need a good hand. And Corlys is listening. Corlys and her beefing. And the thing is, this is why ruling is hard. Because Otto and Ormond are brothers. I thought that was his son. Is Ormond Hightower Otto's son or brother? Oh, it's nephew. Okay. Okay. Ormond is his nephew, but he's still locked in. So I feel like baby girl, they kind of set her up for failure. She don't have the noble houses. Corlys put her in an impossible position. She actually made the right choice, but it's also the wrong choice to him. And you're not gonna kill him, right? Because you should have had his tongue the way they took Vaemon's tongue, but you're not gonna do that. And she got the dragons, but listen, it's not enough right now. Because does she? Because Aemon burnt Daemon's garrison at Harrenhal. What is their army situation? Like boots on the ground soldiers. Who does she have at her disposal? Yeah, she killed Corlys. That's terrible. But what does Corlys have to offer right now? He got no Driftmark, and the Gullet. A lot of the ships were destroyed. Okay, she got the Starks. We don't know where they are. And Kristen Cole, whose army did he have? Are they still with Kristen Cole? I feel like it. You can't really sack King's Landing without no dragons. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying, like, where's the people? Yeah, I don't know where the Starks are wherever Daemon was, but I'm kind of like, I don't remember what part of town they were in. And see River Witch, Daemon messed up. Daemon messed up with the River Witch. I feel like the River Witch is gonna be on Aemon's side. I feel like she hiding. I feel like she got Vhagar in the back of that Hot Topic where the extra shirts are. I'm telling you, she's kind of stuck. The Winter Wolves, but see the Winter Wolves are headed to King's Land. Winter Wolves are kind of like old Starks. They like, yeah, brother, nephew, let me see that one time. All right, I still got it. Right? Like, they old men. The Winter Wolves are basically them, the Greybeards, Winter Wolves. They them black men who ride them loud motorcycles, and the music be loud. They're young blood. You got to understand, y'all. When back in my day, like they riding a whole bunch of Can-Ams and stuff. They listen to a lot of Cameo and Isley Brothers. That's what Greybeards are doing. They old, they still, they got dad strength, but they kind of like, hey, brother, let me get that ball one time, nephew. Like, that's them. Seasoned Saints. They play Gruff Riders is hilarious. Bumping Candy. Yes. Listening to that new T.I. came through. You Sydney Nicole, you got it. Yeah, I don't even know where High Garden at. I need a little map of who's with who, because I don't know. High Garden, are they even in right now? Because at this time, different houses are at different levels of power. And I don't even remember if High Garden is up right now. Yeah, it is tradition for them to go to war. Like, all right, old niggas, y'all get out here before because we ain't losing no Starks. Cregan Stark, come on, man. He ain't coming out. Cregan Stark ain't coming down. Cregan Stark, like, I'm at the house. Okay, that's what I thought. Most of the great houses are remain neutral. Yeah, it's between y'all. Because it really is a Targaryen civil war. The blacks and the greens, that's y'all. Yeah, we do need the old Game of Thrones map. All right, well, this was a good time. 41 minutes, solid. Feel like we had a good time. I enjoyed doing this with y'all. Anything y'all want before we go? Because it was a good episode with no battle. It was just good scheming. It's a lot going on. Baylor was in an episode. I'm not Baylor. Rhaenyra. Yeah. Oh, yeah, the ghost of Jace. That was so good. Oh, I felt so bad for her. I just feel like Rhaenyra got an insurmountable amount of things she got to deal with. Because you got two of your kids dying. You got no money. You got new dragon riders. Daemon is a loose cannon. I just feel like you're struggling. It's too much. But we'll see. I'll be back here next week. The Lord says the same. Thank y'all for rocking with me. God bless you. See you at the conference.